Hello, everybody. If you have been wondering, this set of women, what are they doing? Or we're seeing them, or you just stumbled on us, you know, God has a purpose for you. That's what I will always say. There are times where it's just destiny meeting the divine answer from God to you, and we're saying welcome to our live stream this morning. And if you stumble on the replay, I want to say it's not by accident. There is a purpose for you. Today we have amazing topic, which is a power deciding to believe. How does this relate to you? How does this relate to us? You may be in a point of your life where you're thinking, I've believed enough, I'm done. Or you may be believing and we're thinking there's just one thing you need to do because we have all gone through it. We're learning, relearning, unlearning, and we're sharing with you. We're going to be introducing ourselves. I'm going to go to see we're from different locations. So your own location too does not matter. And I'm going to say that from here in the US is morning. I'll say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My own name is Dorcas Olariwaju. I live in the US, like I said. I'm a wife. I work in the health sector. And by God's mercy and grace, I do my amazing digital business. You can also call it a digital marketing. Now I'm going to zoom you around to the UK, to Belgium, and to Nigeria. I'm back to the US. Free flight. Free flight. Good to see all of you, dear sisters. Good morning from here. Good morning.
Good morning, sis.
Good morning, How are you, ma?
I'm good, thank God. All right, Sister Felicia.
Okay, thank you, sis. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's still morning here. It's past 11 a.m.
Okay.
For those of you that are meeting me for the first time, my name is Felicia Bossedi Akintola, a mom, a wife, a registered nurse here in the UK, and a proud digital business owner. I'm a Nigerian, by heart, by everything. Yes, I am a Nigerian. And today we have an amazing topic for you. We hope you have an amazing time with us today as well. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we go. That's the UK. Oh, now zoom
that's
to
UK.
Belgium.
Free flight to Belgium.
Oh, good. Good afternoon, everyone, from my home side of the world.
Yes.
It's 12:15 noon here. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching from according to your time zone. My name is Oluwakemi Ayeni, originally from Nigeria as well, but currently living in the Belgium. I'm a wife, a mom. I work in the air sector, and I'm running this business with my sisters here. So welcome back on board, and thanks for showing up whenever we come live. We appreciate every one of you. And that is it for me. Thank you,
Welcome, Sister Kemi. People will be wondering, are you doing your business individually or collabo, or how are you doing it? Don't worry, we have free information system. Free information for you to understand what it is. And we know, show me your cycle, and I will tell you where you are going. So that's the beauty of our business. Now, be say, I'm from Nigeria, I'm from Nigeria, I'm from Nigeria. So let us go to the main Nigeria.
Thank you. Welcome to the motherland.
Yay!
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this amazing Wednesday morning. My name is, I feel like saying Yafi this morning. Yafi. Toluse. I'm a child of God. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of two beautiful girls, and I run this business from any part of my home. This business has made that possible for me, that I can be able to retire from my 9 to 5 or 14 years and be able to take care of my young children and run my business at the same time. So I'm thankful for that. Thank you so much for joining us and being part of our journey. Today is day 4, and I'm sure we're going to have an amazing time together. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. I like that, Adeola, that you say I can run it from anywhere in my room, in the Nigeria. And people who are in Nigeria who have been asking, can we do this business? This is an evidence for you. People are saying that there's a casting down. Some are saying there's a lifting up, and she's one of them. If you whatever you say you're going to have. And now for her to say, oh, she retired after 14 years is very true. We have just shown you that you can be working and still be the business owner, or you can be an active business owner in the digital business space. Now, this is the 4 of our miracle equation, and you may be wondering what is miracle equation, what it's all about. We have the replay, so you can go watch everything, and we dive into our questions that we also give you answer. It may it may give you answer to what you have been searching for. I'm going to be asking Sister Felicia. You know I love you, so you are the first I will start with.
No
So
problem, ma. Go ahead.
yes. So what does it truly mean to decide to believe, and how does decision influence the way we pursue this English, and let me bring it down. What does it mean? People are saying, okay, decide to believe, decide to believe. What does that mean? And how does that influence our pursuit of goals? Oh, that's Sister
Okay.
Diola is supposed to be the one. Okay, wait. Let me change your question for you
Yeah,
because
I was going to say that, but
yes, I have prepared that question for
okay.
Sister Adeola for the reason that she stayed in Nigeria and decided to do this business. That's why I had that question ready for her. So, Sister Felicia, let me ask you your
Okay.
question. Have you ever experienced a moment where you
Okay, no
choose to
problem, ma.
believe,
Go ahead.
where you chose to believe, and the outcome changed for you and the situation? You know, have you ever experienced a moment? I wrote it down. Where choosing to believe changed the outcome of a situation for you.
Oh God, there's been several times where, I chose to believe and, it shifted everything for me. So, starting my online business and, I'll take you back a bit. Having worked for like 23 years, like work and earn good money for
Mm,
23 years before I found my business. I've had so many things, lined out, so many aspirations, so many goals, so many things that, I planned for myself in the process. But I think there was, it's not like I didn't believe it was going to happen. But you see the part of unwavering, sometimes we feel like I think it can happen. And sometimes you just put that minute effort and well, you get tiny results. But the biggest, the massive ones that you like I set out for myself, it felt like wow, I wasn't achieving it. And when I came into my business, not like my mindset was a negative one in the past. It was positive, but I had like when I started my online business, I went through a mindset shift. So
mm,
in the past, I've always trusted, my husband to be the
ah,
like the main massive person that is going to bring all the things in this world is going to make everything happen for us. So I've
mm,
always, told him that look, you have to look for other things to do and things that can
mm,
give us that big money for us to, and let me just do my nursing. But when I started my online business, I had a complete mindset shifts that I can also be and help the whole family. Why am I relying on him to,
mm,
make that huge money that I need to make my own dreams come to pass? So so that was when, I began to have that belief in myself that I can actually be the one to even bring that big money and give the whole
mm,
family. It does not have to be him. The,
mm.
the Bible even told us that we are helpmates. So why am I
Agreed.
solely, why have I been solely depending
Agreed.
on his huge income, to help me achieve my own dreams, the dreams I set up for myself. So,
Mm,
when I started this business, I went through that mindset shift and I started reading books and I came across this miracle equation. It shifted everything for me. And I then started to believe that, look, if I put my mind to it, I can achieve it. And honestly, there was a time that, we needed to take a bold step in our life, me, my husband, and, the whole family. And it felt like the money was not there and it was a huge shift. And I told him, I said, don't worry, maybe I'm running a business. I so believed that the money will come from somewhere. I said, don't worry, Shippy, I'm running a business. So the Shey Lambert, so is that what we are telling you? I said, don't worry, say. And honestly, that huge shift
oh my
came
God.
from my business. Like it was the time my business, worked well and I was able to pull good resources together. And I said, you see, I told you it
Wow.
happened. And
Wow.
that to me at that time, I was very surprised and I felt like, wow. So if I believe,
Mm.
if I
The
can
shift.
already imagine it in my head, conceive it in my heart, and I believe that it's going to happen, it's actually going to happen. And then I
Mm.
began to, okay, put my mind to it that, okay, this is when I want to achieve certain milestone. And do you know that I achieved that milestone when I wanted to achieve it because I believe
Mm,
in it and I put in the work. So
mm,
there are so many times I can't even tell you now from the time I started my business
mm.
where I have believed and it has changed, the outcome of the situation. It's changed everything because
I love
honestly,
that.
I begin now to realize that in the past, it's just because, we don't have that vision, because we
Mm,
don't believe, even if you have the vision and you don't believe that, you can achieve it, it will still be just a vision. It will
mm,
be just a dream. You have to
mm,
wake up one day. So, but this mindset shift, this believing that something is possible, the moment I conceive it and I believe that I can achieve it, I tell you,
mm.
it has been possible and it has changed the whole situation for me. And now, like the other day, my husband said, "Oh yeah, you have to believe that kinika must happen." I said, Kilo day, am I now the believer of the house? What of you?" He said, "No, create the vision. But yeah, boss said, create the vision in your head now because you need to achieve ABC." And I said, "Okay, I'm
That's
the one now
awesome.
that should be creating the vision."
I love that.
So honestly, it's been wonder. Yeah, it's been an amazing journey for me since, honestly,
I
since
love
I
that.
started the miracle equation. I've done this miracle equation several times, and I'm telling you, if you're out there, you've not seen this book, you've not read it, you've not experienced it, do the audio if you have the resources. It's empowering. I'll put it that way.
I
It's
love it.
empowering. It's honestly transforming because
Wow.
it shifted everything for me. I hold it in my heart and I work towards it. So it's not just like believing it and not putting any effort, if you know what I mean.
Thank you,
I
sis. Yeah.
believe and then, yes, I work towards
Thank,
it and it has made a huge, huge difference in my
but I
life.
love your response, Sister Felicia. And
Thank
and
you,
and
Ma.
before we, most of us, I will say many people, we have this mindset. It's like we're boxed in just negative mindset. I don't know. The employee mindset is so boxed off. Like you don't have wider thinking after outside the box, even when you're told to, you don't know how. But starting our business in our business community, it's actually true that your mindset will shift. And it's through this business that we're even introduced to the miracle equation and we're sharing it. We're not holding the information, say, okay, go see for yourself how it is. Now, Sister Felicia, you said something. Before I come to you, Sister Adeola, I'm going to come to you, Sister Adeola. I have my question for you. Ready? Sister Adeola said something Sister Felicia said something, and I want to address that. I want to address that as somebody will say, oh, is it just believing alone? There is no action, there's nothing to do. And we know, I can tell because many people pray. And when the opportunity comes, they fold their hands and still praying, or they clap their hands and still they're on their knees still praying to God. So to you who may be thinking in your mind, the question will be that how with faith can belief alone create transformation? And does it require action? How does it align with miracle equation? Just from her point of saying, can believe alone. She said, oh, I was believing, and my husband would call me believe. If she just believe and dream and write vision without taking action, nothing will happen. That's what she said. She even said it that she took the right action. Are you there? Just taking action without faith. You have already cancelled your action by your disbelief. Are you also there? Just believing, 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 saying affirmation, doing all the whatever without taking the net. Imagine if we are not in this business, but we just say we believe one day, we believe one day. She will not be able to have what she have, or we will not be able to have what we have. For consistent transformation, the two has to work together. Your faith, your belief, and the right action. Some people major in minor. Their actions are not the right action. They are just doing things and the action will not result, is not income producing action. There are some actions that you just be on the phone hours, just it's not income producing, and you're believing that your business will move forward. No. So we're saying here to have a good transformation is for us to have the faith and to have the work. Faith without work is dead. There's a place for faith and there's a place for work. Thank you so much for bringing that question that brought the question out, and I've answered the question. This Adiola. No. You're muted, though. What does it really mean to decide to believe And how does this decision influence the way we pursue our goal? You know why this question is very important? Because you live in Nigeria. Many people are saying, oh, it's only out of Nigeria that you can, oh, it's because you're out, that's why you're running this business. So, how does it truly mean to decide to believe, and how does that decision influence the way we pursue our goal? That means from anywhere in the world, you can do whatever. Thank you.
All right. So see, I thank you so much for bringing it. You bringing it home, and I will use myself as an example, and then I'll talk on other things. When I started the business, of course, I saw a lot of Nigerians, but I didn't really see people doing this business in Nigeria, and I was like, ah. But I looked at it that all these people too are Nigerians now. So if they
Mm,
can be making if they can be recording success, that just need to tell myself. And then I see that a lot of people too are not just in America or Canada or
true,
the UK. So I'm
true,
like, okay, so if other people in other countries too are succeeding, Nigeria should not be an exception. So in my
true.
and there I decided that whatever it takes for me to succeed in this business, I was going to do it. And I said, you
Awesome.
know what, I believe that, and I chose to believe that even if nobody is making it though, but of course I've seen a lot of people recording success, I am going to make it. Even
True.
if I don't really see anybody in Nigeria at that time, maybe I would be the success story. I will be the
Mm.
Nigerian, and I'm going to do it. And so that settled it in my mind, and I'm like, I'm going to go for it. And interestingly, when I got in, I now saw that like that prophet, I think it's
Elijah,
Elijah.
that
Thank
he's the
you.
only
I
one.
felt I was like, actually we be many. You understand? And now we
True.
even have a community of Nigerian business owners,
True. Yes.
doing this business in Nigeria. So it just took me to say that, to decide. I proposed in my heart that you know what, I'm going to be successful, and I'm going to do everything to make sure that I'm successful. I will do a
Successful.
little bit of biology this morning. So
Okay.
I'm close to medical people. So
I know,
one day they
right?
were discussing, and they said that this couple came to the hospital that they don't have children. And then
Ah,
that was like, okay, do you live in the same house? Do you sleep on the same bed? And everything was just over, like, okay, let us examine the woman. And when lo and behold, when they examined the woman's hymen was still intact. And they were like,
ah.
oh my goodness, what have you people been doing? They say, we've been praying, we've been sleeping on the same bed. And this, I was like, you have not done anything.
Oh my
And
goodness. They
that
are
is
doing companionship. They're only doing the companionship part.
there and there they had to give them education, and they were like, oh yeah, go to that room
Yeah.
and go and practice what we have taught you. So
Yeah.
it's just like believing without doing action. So they were like,
Yeah.
ah, but we are doing everything, we are eating from the same this thing, we are doing this. We're like, you have not done the real thing. That that is good for you, that is good that you are married. It's good that this, it's funny, but I'm like, oh
Yeah.
wow. If I didn't hear it from a doctor, I was like, a
Oh,
surgery.
it's true.
And you
Oh.
understand. So a lot of us, most of the
It's
time,
Adeola, it's a real life story.
yes, it is.
Okay,
It was
people,
told
it's a
to
real
me.
life story.
It is
Okay.
a real life story. It is a real life story.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, oh wow, something like, and it's somebody I know very well, so I know the person cannot lie.
All right. Oh, wow.
So it's a real life story. So a lot of times we believe that, well, I know, like, I'm a woman that for me. I know I will be successful, but we need to, like, you know what, in this business or in this journey that I am embarking on. I am going to be successful. I'm going to reach this thing at this time. And then when I decided that in this business I'm going to succeed, I'm like, okay, what are they doing? What am I supposed to do? And that is
Mm,
where so that is when you decide to, when you believe, it's not just that you just believe casually. You have to decide that I'm going to be successful, and these are the steps I'm going to take. And God will orchestrate it in such a way that it will be easy. It will begin to bring ideas. It will begin to bring people that because He's a God of purpose. He will begin to
mm,
bring people that will align with that purpose. So it's not just enough to say we believe. Oh, okay, yes, I just believe. No, you have to decide that, you know what, in this thing I'm doing, I am going to be successful, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I know God will help us. Belief is like the foundation. So if you don't do the foundation, and you don't continue the structure, you can't leave it on a foundation. You have to build the structure, you have to build the
mm,
blocks, you have to do, and that is your effort. And then God will make sure that He provides a way for you to get the blocks you mold, but
mhm.
already you are already, you've done the foundation. You've started thinking of, oh, am I going to get the blocks? How am I going to do? So you have to do your own part. You have to first of all
Wow.
decide, okay, let me
Mm,
be deliberate, be conscious that this thing, I am going to make it. And then
mm,
you now begin, when you settle that one, The next thing was like, "Ow, what am I supposed to do? Okay, these people that are making it, what are they doing?" And then, okay,
Mm,
I can pick one, two, three things, and then and God would now like, "Oh, you have done your part. Let me breathe upon your effort, and I'll do
beautiful.
that." So decide deliberately, okay, consciously make up your mind. Let me put that.
That's the right
Consciously make
word.
up your mind that whatever you're doing is going to be successful, and then you begin to think prayerfully, look at people, and then you decide, then you begin to think of how you can make that, that your goal come to life. And God is always there to support us. Thank
Wow.
you.
I love that you emphasize on some things like decision, decision, decision. Indecision is also decision. Not making
Yeah,
any decision is decision.
it's a
So
decision.
why not make a decision to say your life will be better? And maybe you're in another, I mean, doing some other things in life, and it's like almost time to give up. We will say, don't give up. And that's why we have support system in our own business community, not just for business alone. In some spheres of our lives, to say, okay, sister, do this, or sister, do that. I mean, in some various, as mothers, for instance, we say, oh, have you tried this? Have you tried that? And she said something which I resonate with. Even if nobody has done that in your lineage, in your generation, in your around you, don't let them put you down and don't let it discourage you. She said she will be the success story. And here she is. She's a reference to many of my people in Nigeria who will say, oh, we don't see, we can't do. I said, go check my sister Adeola. And when people come in, she also said it, you find out that it's not just you alone in the journey. Now I'm going to go to Belgium. Free tickets. Come with me.
Your fellow for
Okay. Sister Kemi, a
yes,
lot
it's,
of people, they decide to believe. They decide to believe, but
mm-hmm.
not the line. Some people stop. What do you think stop most people from deciding to believe in themselves, or they believe in themselves or in their goals? And maybe, how can they overcome it? If we say what, then we show them how. Thank you.
Thanks so much, sis, for that questions. The two major reasons why people stop as to achieve their dreams, or their to believe in themselves and their dreams or their goals, is fear of disappointment and fear
Mm,
of failure. Many people, because they don't want people to judge them, so
mhm.
they rather stay in that comfort zone
Oh,
than to take risk. So instead of them to take the risk, they prefer to be in the comfort zone, and the comfort zone keeps them stuck because they see it as, if I do it, what people will say. That is what Sister Deola just said now, that, oh, if if someone has not done that thing in your life, that doesn't mean you should not do it, and you shouldn't allow them to pull you down. So when you wanted to do something, it is normal for people to be skeptical. It is normal for people to fear, to be afraid of what they want to do. But you shouldn't let that stop you from achieving your dream, because you just have to respond to it. Believe that, okay, this thing I want to do, I can do it successfully. When you have that belief, when it comes from your mind and you have the positive mindset that this thing I want to do it, even though if no one has done it before, I want to be the first to do it, and I will do it successfully. Definitely, you are already half done, because you have already believed that you want to do it, and you will take action. Because when people let the fear of failure put them down, they're going nowhere, because it's a very bad thing when you want to do something and you have not even started. You have been thinking of, oh, what if I fail? What if it doesn't work out how I want? Yeah, it's better you do something and you fail than not to take action at all.
mm,
Not taking action is taking a bigger risk than
mm,
taking the action, if you understand what I mean. Because when you don't take action, you go nowhere. For
mm.
example, I will use this our business as a good example. People have been watching us for over 1.5 years, or that we've been doing live chat. Some have even registered, some have paid that token fee that they want to, but they have not taken the action of stepping further. And they are where they are till today, still
That's
sitting
true.
on, still sitting on the fence, checking, are they still coming out? Is the business real? Have
Mm,
they, has it collapsed? Check in. People are moving on day by day.
I tell you.
That is fear of not believing in themselves. And that
Wow.
is fear of failure, because they will just be there watching and people are growing. Fine, we are still in the process. Success is not just something you can achieve overnight. It sets a process. It's one step after the other. So you have to follow it. You follow the due process, do your due diligence, and take the risk than staying stuck in that comfort zone. So many people are in the comfort zone today. They are not comfortable, but they are
Mm.
just being afraid of taking that fear. They're just being afraid of the fear of unknown and fear of what people in their environment will say. I used to say, people that are not helping you to pay your bill,
Ah,
people
my
that are
sister.
not supporting you one way or the other, why should you
Ah.
allow them to
Mm.
decide for you?
Mm.
If you do something, you are successful, they will talk about you. If you
Mm.
don't do it at all, they will talk about you. Why don't you, Kukuma, take the risk and do something that makes you happy? And El Herald, in his book, The Miracle Equation, he says success is not about avoiding pain, but it's about mastering how we respond to it. And we don't need to wait for the fear to disappear. We only choose to believe.
Mm.
Even when we don't even know where we are, where the thing is taking us to, when it's a little bit trembly, when the road is dark, when you say, ibo ni mo fẹ́ gbà sí, so at times they say, when téèyàn bá dé oríta mẹ́ta, ọ̀nà máa ń dàrú, yẹn á wò pé, okay, should I go left, should I go right, should I go straight? But even with that fear in your mind, you still have to believe this will be successful. And this choice becomes a daily practice. It's not something that we just have to do once and stop. We have to be consistent about it. After a while, it turns to an habit. Something
Mm.
you've done for, at least according to researchers, they said an habit, that something you have done for 21 days, it becomes an habit and it becomes part of you. So when you start practicing how you want to respond to fear, how to make up your mind to be determined to achieve success, then it becomes part of you. It's just like this live chat we are doing. The first 21 days we that ended 2 weeks ago. After 2 days, it was like something was missing. I was saying, sis, we have to do something again. No, that thing, because the thing has become part of us. So we can't let go. So that is it. When you respond to fear, when you make up your mind, when they make up their mind that they want to achieve something, and you consistently doing it every day, it becomes part of you, and it will be difficult for you to let go. So how to overcome it is to be consistent, and they should have that positive mindset that whatever they want to do, when they put their mind into it, they will definitely achieve it. It is not about having it figured out all the time or from the beginning. But as times goes on, you will know your left from your right, and you'll be able to choose the right way to go. And they should be praying, because prayer, it goes a long way. They should be find the way to connect to God. God cannot put something in someone's mind and you just to just to tease people. No, He doesn't
True.
do that. God cannot be with you and on along the line and leave you alone. No, He doesn't. He doesn't give unshakable. He gives unshakable promises. And another thing is to see yourself as the miracle. If you are the
Mm.
one being in that doing that thing in your lineage, being the first to do it, see yourself as the miracle everybody is looking up to.
Wow.
So not that you
Yes,
should be
man.
expecting miracle from anywhere, but
Mm.
see yourself as the miracle. And when you see that, when you believe in that, definitely that fear will say, this one, that be eléyìí dúró kàkàwàkà, eléyìí ò tiẹ̀ fẹ́ gbà. They will, because it's just something just to see how we are going to respond to it. If
Wow.
you see that eléyìí ẹ̀rù bà gidigidi, if it is one before, then there will be more. So you to be fear of unknown, fear of what
Mm.
people will say, fear of if people judge me, fear of where will I get the money, all those things. But when it's going to say, lie, I'm going to do this no matter what. After a while, we say, this one has already made up his mind, and it will go. And that is how we can rise. That is how
Thank
people
you.
can go and they become whatever God wants them to become. And that is what I
Wow.
have.
Wow, thank you so much. I mean, I was just hearing, writing them down, even here, writing. And like you said, to look at ourselves as the miracle itself.
Yeah.
Some persons you have not seen anybody around you, even people around you may be putting you down. And like our sister Kemi said, the last time I checked, none of them came to say, I want to pay your bills. So
Mm.
who's going to pay the bills? And even if it's your spouse paying the bills and everything, Sister Felicia already said it.
Yes, so be
How
the
would you
miracle
be?
mother.
Be the miracle yourself. It would be wonderful to have, like, okay, Egba, so this is my own input, not just from
Yeah.
your job alone,
Mhm.
but from something that can give you other sources of income without you having to put your body, we're already putting our body to jobs. Can we have a business that can run on its own and give us that freedom? Some persons are just tired, emotionally tired, intellectually tired. Their mindset is drained, energy drained so low, but you're still pushing yourself to work. And that's why we are out here to say, we know you believe this work will help me. Maybe it will change, the home front will change, but can this business be a miracle for you that you stumble on or that you've been watching for years? It's my pleasure to bring you this. And from my sisters, I just want to say thank you for being part of this for us. Our vision is to help many women. We know some persons are in a different company, as in different cycle. That's what I meant, where they just talk about problem. But we decided we know how it is out there, and we're bringing you solution. And I know somebody was asking, I want to join this group. That's what I saw in the comments. Say, please, I want to join this group. Whether you're a male or you're a female, we have men, we have female in the group. That's Adebayo Edward. And the right way for you is to put your name and email address in any of our websites. You'll meet all of us. Whatever
Absolutely.
means you come in through, you're going to meet all of us. We decided to put synergy together because we know one can run fast, but together we will run fast and we'll run far. And that's why we're here. It's a community of individual business owner, but as a community, we're pulling it in the digital business space in digital marketing. Thank you so much for joining us. And we have our free webinar session. You may be wondering, what is the webinar? It's free, but the business is, of course, a business without capital. You watch for it. You always have what is that you have in your hand. But we're not giving you to say, come and buy anything from us yet. We're saying, come and see if this is for you, because we also do not want every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Mhm.
We know people of goal-oriented, people who we are building legacy
Yeah.
together, purpose-driven legacy builders.
Mhm.
That's who we are. So you put your name and email address, and the free webinar, you can watch the replay or you can join the live. I'll be here to accommodate you. Sisters, once again from the UK, from Belgium, from Nigeria, and from USA, we say thank you and God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You.
Bye.
Bye. See
Bye.
you tomorrow.